What's up, my hunting brothers and sisters? Today we are going to check out the exciting new product from Latitude Outdoors, their Ranger 22 backpack. Is this the ultimate backpack for mobile and saddle hunting to haul your platform, your sticks, or your one stick, and all your other gear? Stay tuned. Let's find out. Something new to play with. Latitude Outdoors came out with a backpack for mobile hunters, and particularly saddle hunters. And so they actually sent this to me about a month ago, and life has been so busy, and I've not had a chance to take a look at it. It's been laying on my workbench. So seasons are right here, getting ready to start up, and I thought I want to get this thing out and give it a fair shake and check this thing out. Now, full disclosure, they sent this to me and I did not pay for it. I have no professional affiliation with Latitude whatsoever. I just happen to know a bunch of the guys. I have been running their saddles and various gear, a couple of their platforms and stuff for the last couple of years. But again, I have no professional affiliation. They just reached out and said, hey, we want to send you some stuff. Will you check them out? If you like them, you can run them. If not, hey, whatever. Do a video or two. Hey, no problem. That's what we're here to do. So this is their Ranger 22 backpack. And again, they've never even had this out of the bag. So this is how it comes. Toss this bag aside and here you go. Now, here's what I understand about this bag is that over the past year, I'd say, well, 6 to 9 months, Latitude and TX5 joined forces. Matt, who owned TX5, is making some great saddles and backpacks and other gear for several years. And I don't really know Matt. I've talked to him a couple times. I've never ran any of his stuff, but I know a lot of guys that do run his stuff and love it. And I know he's got a great reputation. And for whatever business reasons, Latitude and TX5 joined forces. I think Latitude basically bought TX5 and Matt joined their team. But again, I have no affiliation really with them. I just know kind of what I hear and what little the guys have told me. So he was making backpacks. And so this is, and I don't know what his models were. So this looks like, as I understand it, a collaboration, taking his old backpacks that he was making and putting in the Latitude input into it. The products, I think Alex was running one of his. Alex from Latitude was running one of the TX5 backpacks for a couple of years. A couple of the other guys were. So they kind of put all their heads together and came out with what they feel is the ultimate saddle hunting, a mobile hunting type of backpack. So, so here it is. It's a Ranger 22. 22 is standing for 22 liter. I believe the retail on this is right around $250, and I think it only comes in this gray type of color. So that's where you're at with this. This is made, as I understand it, completely in the USA, in Michigan. Looking at the branding here to see, it may be on here and I may be missing it, but I'm 99% sure that this is made in the USA. So, yeah, very cool backpack. I'm really not a big backpack person because I film a lot. So most of my backpacking needs for hunting are for carrying filming gear. So I typically use camera backpacks. But, hey, they sent it and I'm going to give it a shake. I'm going to take it out and mess around with it. Maybe you can carry camera gear in it. I don't know. So the cool parts, as I understand, I've watched a few videos on this backpack just to kind of do a little homework up front on this. And I'm going to show this with some gear lashed to it. But you've got this lashing panel on the back that's set up to carry your sticks and a platform, ideally. So I've got some Latitude sticks and platforms. I got some Ewo sticks and some other brands of platforms. We're going to throw some on here, see how they stack on here. And you can lash them all on with this panel system. They also have some lashing loops down below where if you didn't want your sticks in here, I guess you could run your sticks underneath on that bottom side. So several pockets. There's a pocket in this lashing station. every pack and everything I think accessory made in hunting now should have tons of MOLLE strips on it. Man, MOLLE is the greatest thing ever for a hunter, in my opinion, when it comes to lashing. I don't care if it's a backpack, if it's some sort of hip pack system, your saddle, just accessory gear should have MOLLE everywhere, in my opinion, because it's just infinite amount of attaching accessories, to them. So that is very cool because there's a ton of MOLLE on not only this exterior panel, but as I clip it down here on the main body of the bag as well, and even up the sides, which I think is great. I'm going to explain that in just a second, why I would use the MOLLE on the sides. So as we open this thing up, we got another compression strap right here. So I assume, if you wanted to throw a coat on this late season or something like that, you could. When you look at this bag, and obviously it's empty right now, but as it expands out, going to the sides here, you got two large side pockets right here, so you can put water bottles, Nalgene bottles, whatever. Me, I would probably stuff a camera arm down in one of these, and then this would be where these MOLLEs here would allow me to put some sort of buckle system around the top of my camera arm and keep it secure. That's what I really love about that stuff. These also do have holes in the bottom here, so you could put, say, like a Doyle's gear hoist in the bottom of this and have it stick out and have your hoist rope in there. And each side has that. And they also have the same holes in the bottom, so if you want to put a gear hoist in the bag and have it come out the bottom, you could, which is really stinking cool. So let's talk a little bit about the pockets on this thing. They got a top pocket up here, so you could throw your keys, maybe a cell phone, a small flashlight, just little odds and ends up here in the top. That's kind of cool. You got a small zipper pocket here in the top where you can throw cell phone, keys, small things. Again, a knife, whatever. Another pocket down low here. Again, more small things. You got to love these small pockets where you can organize something your own way. I do like all their zippers and zipper pulls with these big finger loops. Make it really easy in the dark or in cold weather when it's hard to grab things. Love that. No metal, clangy zipper things. There's a lot of other companies that make backpacks. Should take note of that. No metal. I'm going to roll this little rain fly here that protects this zipper back so it's easier to get in and out. We're going to open up the main compartment here. And at this point, you got two pouches here with, it's basically, I guess, one big pouch with double zippers here so you can put stuff on the inside of the cover. It's mesh so you can see what you've got in there. Again, more little stuff. I like that a lot. You can actually see, because this is mesh, what you've got inside that top pocket we looked at earlier. And then inside here, you've got a larger pouch right here. You got a couple small pouches down in here that you can stuff things down in. And you've also got a pocket back here for a water bladder. So that's kind of the pockets on this thing. Kind of flying through this real fast. I mean, everybody, it's a backpack, and people just customize them however they want and stuff things in pockets however you want. But the point being is there's a lot that you could do. Now, from a camera guy standpoint, I run expensive camera gear. I don't like it rattling around in here. I would have to come up with some creative way to stack and organize my camera gear in here so it doesn't get all beat up and banged up and be accessible to me. But I think that you could do it. I definitely think that you could. Now, one thing I will say as I kind of push in on this, because I can feel it, is it's kind of a frame pack. Like, not really the frame pack that you would haul an elk or a deer out with, although you probably could do a deer or part of a deer on this. But it does have two vertical aluminum, as I understand, frame pieces that are right here on each side. And somehow they're removable. I saw in a video I was watching on that. So you can remove them if you don't want them. And as I understand it, you can also bend them to customize them to the feel of your back. At least that's what I saw. I think it was on a video on Latitude's YouTube channel that they had. So that's pretty sweet. Again, a lot of backpacks are real flimsy, and it's a lot of times that doesn't work for me. I like something with some structure. Again, I look at things from a camera standpoint, and most of my true camera bags have structure built into them because you got foam, rigid foam, or semi-rigid foam that's protecting things and all that. So I like a rigid backpack that's got structure. Looking at this from the other side, very well padded shoulder straps with a chest strap coming across the middle. You've got basically in here, it's sewn in a couple spots so you can attach things if you want to. You got a D-loop here. You've got elastic up here if you need to connect something to, tuck extra webbing in, whatever, on each one of these. Very nice little setup, lots of adjustability. You got the keepers up here where all your extra webbing, I always hate having the extra webbing dangling around. You can roll it up and keep it in there. That is pretty sweet. Look at the padding up here that would go against like your shoulder blades. Very nice. You got some lumbar padding down here, and you've got a very large waist belt with Molly again on it, which is very cool. One of the cool things that I've seen on this waist belt is to adjust it in. You're going to grab these tag ends and you're going to pull them inward, and the whole thing's going to come in rather than fighting a belt wanting to come and go around the outside. Now, that's a big waist belt. Well, if you're not a waist belt guy, well, this waist belt is removable. Very cool. That is very cool. So I think that's all the key features on this backpack. I think the next thing to do would be to put some, I'll probably load it up inside with some coats or something to give it some depth, and load some gear on this thing and show you a couple of the options and give you my thoughts on it after I kind of walk around carrying it, feel, get it adjusted and see how it feels. So stay tuned for that part. All right, so I've got the Ranger 22 pack on me here out in the yard. I've been messing around with it a little bit, and apparently Rose wants to help as well. This thing, I put like a winter, like a heavy set, actually the Huntworth, the late season heat boost bibs and coat in here. I rolled them up, so this thing's pretty full. I want something, see what it hold. I mean, those are two pretty sizable garments I put in there. So they're in here. It's got filled on my back. I got a selection here on the ground. We're gonna try a couple different scenarios of setting some things up. I got a set of Latitude carbon sticks, a Latitude X-Wing platform. I've got a set of EWO, Eastern Woods Outdoors sticks, 4 of them, much longer stick, bulkier setup than the Latitude ones. I've got a tethered Phantom platform here, and I've got an Eastern Woods Outdoors 1 stick on the ground. So we're going to mix and match a little bit and just see if we can pack some things on here, and I'll show you it, and we'll see how it rides. So stay tuned while I pack some things on here. I'm going to start out with just the Latitude stuff. It ought to work great with their stuff, you'd think, huh? And then we'll mix it and match a little bit. We'll try some other things, and we'll just give you my thoughts on it. But overall, this is just putting on initially. I mean, this is a nice pack, easy to adjust. This waist belt attachment adjustment method, you just grab these tags, that's it. That's the slickest waist belt attachment method I've ever seen. So, all right, here we go. Time to get some things loaded up. Okay, so in watching some of the Latitude videos, they always take their sticks and they put them on kind of like that. Then they lay one of their platforms on. I don't know, I'm gonna go like that. And then they strap everything down. I see I already got to lengthen some straps here, so bear with me while I do that. Pull that over like this. And they got these keepers, which are really nice for once you get things set up how you want to run it. But we're gonna really mess with the keepers here today. Because we're switching things around quite a bit. And we'll put that there. And we'll put that a little more out there. There. Kind of snug them down a little bit here. Oh, wow. That's pretty slick, actually. So there you go. There's that. Let's throw it on our back and see what we think of that. All right. Throw that on. Again, if you don't want a waist belt, you can ditch the waist belt. It honestly doesn't feel like I put anything in there on my back. Very secure, packed up very nicely. if I didn't want the overall depth, I could take those Latitude sticks and I could run them through these bottom loops right here, which may be what I got to do with my Ewo sticks because they're considerably longer, but we're going to mess with that here in just a second. So yeah, that's a pretty slick setup right there. Really slick setup. I think I want to tighten these straps down just a little bit. Yeah, there you go. There, get to ride over up over my shoulders a little more. Pretty nice, pretty nice. All right, time to change things out here. All right, so just by comparison, these are Eastern Woods Outdoor sticks relative to the Latitude sticks. And you can see the much difference in length, a lot taller stack, much heavier weight. Granted, they're two different animals. I love these sticks to death, not knocking them. Use the crap out of these things. These Latitude sticks, amazing. Amazing for a lightweight carbon stick. But this is a lot more to haul in and pack out. So let's see what we can do with them. I wonder if we do it the way we had the Ewo or the Latitude sticks on here. I'm going to try it this way first before we go down below. Let some more of this out. It's pretty much all the way out on these bottom tabs. Yeah, that's, I mean, it might work that way. Let's throw a Phantom platform on here. Why not? This might be where you have to reverse the we could do, ooh, let's do that. Let's do that. Rose thinks she's helping, folks. Yeah, there you go. You could do, look, you get a little creative. You could do something like this, where I put the Phantom platform right up against it. Got the steps on the sticks are a little bit obnoxious there. But really, I mean, that works equally as well. Let's throw that on our back. All right, you can see this is a little bit more of a load given the profile of this pack. I say all that, it's still comfortable. It does feel a little more top heavy, but those sticks are sticking way at the top. I think the best way to pack these style sticks would be through these loops on the bottom, which we'll do that here in just a second. But as you can see, it's perfectly doable. It definitely feels like it's pulling me back over again because look at the profile on it. But still, this pack can handle this. So let's rework this and put these down below. I bet that changes everything. Keep the tethered platform on here. So in doing that, we need to shorten all these straps back up. Man, really nice hardware on this pack as far as all the buckles and the straps and their adjustability, how easy they are to pull. Man, just look at that. That's pretty sleek right there. And now what we can do is, I'm gonna have to open these up some. So let's take the keepers off of these. And let's open them up. Make them bigger. Make that bigger. Undo these. Oh, and these are cool. These have adjustability on both sides of the buckle here. So you can really make these big. So if you wanted to put coat in there or bedroll or, I mean, you just name it. You could pretty much put anything in there. So now, take that and we tighten that down. Let's bring this over here. Where did my buckle's tucked underneath here. And grab the bottom side buckle. Cinch that down. Now, that is a pretty slick setup right there. Check that out. Let's throw that on our back. So this is definitely the way to run this pack with longer sticks like these Ewos. If you had like a B skier stick, any of those Shikars, those sticks that are in that, you know, mine are set 20 inches step to step, but I'd say anything, you know, 18 and higher. But now it doesn't feel like I'm tipping over. It feels very balanced because you drop that load way down here. It's not in the way. As you can see, the profile, I mean, yeah, so you got like a lot of options in this. I mean, we could mix and match any platform and sticks out there. Again, these EWOs are 20 inches long is what I got my stick to, or step to step. I think the Latitude carbons are 16, 17, something like that. So just by comparison, you're talking about a much larger stick. They're two different animals. I mean, these carbon sticks are amazing for the job they're meant to do. These EWOs are a Cadillac if you can afford the space and everything to carry a much bigger set of sticks. Okay, so I want to look at what if we were gonna one stick, which actually is the way I mostly hunt anymore, is on a one stick. So I have a couple different one stick options, but the bulkier of the ones that I've got right here on hand is my EWO one stick. I also have a Eastern Woods, or a out on a limb, the one that the pinch point that folds up. So it's going to take up a little more room. So I'm going to put this straight on the back like this. I think another way we could run it is through those bottom loops, just like we had the EWO sticks on, and that might be a pretty darn good way to run this, but I want to run it this way just to see. So I'm going to let out a little bit right here. Probably a little more. Seat this down in here a little bit, come up over these. Again, you got so much adjustability in the hardware on this pack. It's crazy to me, all the different things that you could do with this pack. Cinch this down, and there you go. Not bad looking at all. Let's throw that on and see what it looks like on. Yeah, that just disappears as the load goes on your back. Pretty slick setup, very nice. You know, for one sticking, does it beat out the one my buddy Greg Staggs makes? I don't know, I've seen his, I've never used it. His is an awesome setup for if you're just a one sticker. But this can do that too. And you can multi-stick, carry all your gear. I mean, what a great option. Okay, so I think if I was going to use this one sticking, I think I would use the bottom rolls for this. Let me just see if it, oh, look at that. That's a 12-inch step on this one. I know a lot of guys use 15s, and that fits perfectly along the outside edges of the pack. Look at that. That's how I think I would run this thing. Look, it even makes like a little kickstand for it. And then you could put a code or whatever you want in here. You know, I think that's the way I do it. Let's throw this on the back and see. All right, let's get this on. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's the way to run this. Everything feels nice and tight to my back. It's down low, your load's down low. You could throw a coat or whatever up high if you needed to, do whatever. It's a pretty versatile pack here. All right, final thoughts on the Ranger 22 from Latitude. I think you can guess my thoughts on it. This is a really, really nice backpack for the saddle hunter, the mobile guy. Very impressed with it. And I'm not a big backpack guy. I've got a zillion backpacks. So for me to say it's a nice backpack, it's pretty darn nice. So, you know, again, how much am I going to use it? I don't know, because all my backpack needs are for camera gear, and that's very specific, camera backpacks. But if I was not filming or just filming with a little handy cam or something, you know, not, you know, that I didn't need extra lenses and all the stuff that needs protection like I do, I think this is a heck of a deal right here. Great backpack. I do want to correct one thing earlier. I said it was $250. It's $225 is the price point on this backpack. So still, you know, the price is what the price is, but not as expensive as $250. So win-win right there, huh? There you go. So yeah, check them out. Go to Latitude. I believe it's latitudeoutdoors.com, or maybe it's just Latitude Outdoor or latitude.com. But anyway, it's latitudeoutdoors.com. Check them out. Pick one up. I think currently they're sold out, but I know they're going to be getting more soon. Heck of a backpack. They have a Ranger 11 coming out soon, so half the size of this. I don't know what it's going to be like. Who knows? But I have heard when that's coming out. So check them out. Thank you for bearing with me on this, but I think it's important when you're investing $225 of your money into something like this to know that it can handle a variety of your multi-sticks or your one-sticking and your platform options out there. So this definitely can do it. I don't think you can go wrong with this if you're looking for a good mobile hunting type of backpack. So thank you again to the guys at Latitude for sending me this. Really appreciate it. Great guys. Check them all out online. And as always, God bless. Stay safe. It's a new day in the outdoors.